Assalamu alaikum. We will discuss link budget analysis. And we are three group members that are Tayyaba Iram, Kuratul and Samreen Kosar. We will discuss the importance of the link budget, components, link margins, carrier to noise ratio, noise temperature, losses, attenuation, and the figure of merit. No question arises is what is the link budget? It is the theoretical calculation of end-to-end performances for a communication path under the specific set of the conditions. Link budget is actually a simple addition and the subtraction of the gains and the losses within an RF link. For the gains we will use addition and for losses we use subtraction. Result is the estimation of end-to-end system performance in the real-time world. Carrier to noise ratio is calculated first of all for the estimation of the link budget analysis. It is the tabular method for the evaluation of the received power and the noise power in the radio link. Link budget uses the units of the decibel for all the values so that the link budget can be calculated by simple addition and the subtraction. There are two common questions that come up when designing a high speed wireless data link, that are how far can it go and what will the throughput be. The factors that impact the performance of the radio system are available output power, permitted output power, available bandwidth, receiver sensitivity, antenna gains, radio technology, and environmental conditions. The following equation shows how to calculate the link budget. Receive power is equal to the transmitted power plus gain minus losses that are in decibel. If the received power is large, then the link budget is said to be sufficient for the sending of the data under the perfect conditions. The amount by which the received power exceeds the receiver sensitivity is called the link margin. The slant length all follow the greater path loss of 0.2 decibel in the clear air. So we will introduce the link margin of 0.5 decibel. First of all, we will calculate carrier to noise ratio for the clear air. Then we will account for the losses and at the end we will compute the original received power, and the minimum carrier to noise ratio for any link is 9.5 decibel. It is calculated for the clear air condition and then for the heavy rain condition. Heavy rain in the slant path can come with the 1 decibel of the attenuation at the 4 gigahertz, and the square temperature is 13 Kelvin, and we will calculate the noise temperature in the rain by this equation, and the end we will get the result that is 66 Kelvin. Now noise temperature of the receiver system is calculated by this formula: 66 Kelvin minus 13 Kelvin is equal to 53 Kelvin. Carrier to noise ratio has margin of 3.2 decibel over the range of 9.5 decibel. We will use 2 decibel and 1.2 decibel for all other parameters. Antenna gain is directly proportional to the square of the dimension.
Link budget importance. A link budget is used to predict performance before the link is established. It shows in advance if it will be acceptable, show if one option is better than the other, and provide a criteria to evaluate actual performance. A satellite link budget should include the following parts. Number 1, the uplink. Number 2, downlink. Number 3, combine 1 and 2. Number 4, define performance limits. And number 5, compare calculated and the desired performance. Link budget can be calculated for each of the transponder. In a two-way satellite communication, there will be separate 4 links, each requiring calculation of carrier to noise ratio. Link budgets are calculated for the worst cases, in which the carrier to noise ratio will be the lowest. Link budget calculation is done at the edges of coverage zone, where the gain is 3 dB lower than at the central zone. If we have a distance of 5 km and frequency is 5.8 GHz, the link type will be point to point and the line of sight is available, then this system is the radio system 2TR5 plus 24. The received power can be found through this expression. This is received power in dBm is equal to the transmitted power in dBm plus the transmitted antenna gain in dBi plus receiver antenna gain in dBi minus the free space path loss. The maximum channel noise can be calculated through this expression, where maximum channel noise in dBm is equal to received power in dBm minus the SNR in dB. Link margin in dB can be calculated through this expression, where link margin in dB is equal to received power in dBm minus the received sensitivity in dBm. This is the example which explains the simplest satellite communication system. Here we have two uplinks and two downlinks connected through a single transponder, and at receiving and transmitting end we have modems which can encode and decode the digital signal. Carrier to noise ratio. The basic carrier to noise ratio relationship in a system establishes the transmission performance or the RF portion of the system, and is defined by the received carrier power level compared to the noise at the receiver input. Carrier to noise ratio is equal to C minus 10 log KTB, where C is the received power in dB watt, K is the Boltzmann constant whose value is minus 228.6 dB watt per Kelvin per Hertz, B is the noise bandwidth or the occupied bandwidth in Hertz, T is the absolute temperature of receiving system in degree Kelvin. Link equation in its general form is carrier to noise ratio is equal to EIRP minus L plus G minus 10 log KTB, where EIRP is effective isotropically radiated power in dB watt, L is the transmission losses in dB, and G is the gain of received antenna in dB. Free space path loss. In a line of sight radio system, losses are mainly due to free space path losses. Free space path loss is proportional to the square of distance between the transmitter and the receiver, as well as the square of frequency of the radio signal. So in simple words, free space path loss increase significantly over distance and frequency. This expression explains it. Free space path loss in dB is equal to 10 log 10 of 4 pi d f by c whole square. Other losses in a radio system to consider are due to antenna cabling, connectors. However, for units with external antenna, 0.25 dB loss per connector and 0.25 dB loss for every 3 feet of antenna cable should be included in the link budget calculation. The free space path loss equation can be further simplified as follows. This diagram explains the losses due to path. Here is the path loss decreases the strength of the signal, and because of high densities and buildings, the signal phase shift gets out of phase.
Path loss depends upon distance and frequency. At 200 dB at C band, it's about 206 dB at Q band. Atmospheric losses. Absorption by atmospheric gases such as oxygen and water vapors. Its importance increases with frequency above 10 GHz, especially for low elevation angles. Here are some expressions for atmospheric losses dependent upon different frequencies. For example, the frequency between 2 to 5, the atmospheric loss is 0.25, while frequency for greater than 13 GHz, its atmospheric loss is 0.73. These two diagrams shows the atmospheric attenuation at two different frequencies. For example, at the frequency 4 to 6 GHz, the atmospheric attenuation is 50 dB, while at the frequencies 12 to 14 GHz, the atmospheric attenuation is 99.9 dB. Other factor which affects the channel to noise ratio is radiant attenuation, which is an important climate effect. Radiant attenuation increases with the frequency being worse for the Q band than for the C band. Enough extra power must be transmitted to overcome the additional attenuation induced by rain to provide adequate link availability. This is an example to show the losses at 4 to 6 GHz. At the uplink, the free space loss is 196 dB. For the uplink, it's about 2 dB. For the attenuation and the fading, we use Rayleigh fading model, and it depends upon time availability and fade margins. If time availability is 90%, we will include fade margin of 8 dB, While with increase in time availability, for example 99.99, the fade margin will be increased to 48 dB. System noise temperature is one of the Earth's important factor while determining the channel to noise ratio. For example, the system noise temperature of an Earth station consists of the receiver noise temperature, the noise temperature of the antenna, including the feed and waveguides. Its expression is noise temperature of system is equal to noise temperature of antenna divided by its loss and different factors multiplied by its original reference temperature and the noise temperature of antenna. If a body is capable of absorbing radiation, then the body can generate noise. Thus, the atmosphere generates some noise. This also applies to the earth surrounding the receiving ground station. If the main lobe of antenna can be brought down to eliminate the ground, the system noise temperature would increase by 290 Kelvin. Figure of merit and another important factor. Figure of merit is basically ratio of gain to noise temperature. It is known as the goodness measurement of a receiver system. G to T ratio is expressed in dB relative to the reference 1 Kelvin. The same system reference point, such as the receiver input for both the gain and noise temperature, must be used. And its expression is the gain of the receiver minus 10 log of the system temperature. We must mention the link distance versus data rates. The maximum TCP and UDP throughputs of the TR5 plus 224 were tested using 20 MHz, and it was found that 22 Mbps and 28 Mbps respectively. Here are different data rates with the receiver sensitivity, minimum received power, and maximum free path loss. Estimated maximum distance if estimated distance is at the 6 megabit per second, then it will be 46.14. For 54 Mbps, the estimated distance will be 5.81. It was all about our presentation. Thanks a lot for listening.